Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Cashew and today I'm gonna run you through my sample pack which I did with Techhousemarket, and I'm gonna show you a lot of things in my project and in my construction kit, and you guys will learn a lot from some of the techniques that I use here and some of the sounds and how I place the sound and how I process some sound, how I automated some stuff, and you're just gonna learn. And I'm just gonna basically I'm gonna run you through this project two of my construction kit so you can understand it a little bit more and hopefully learn a bit more and take advantage of it even more. So I will just play a little section. I'll just play a little section from build up to the end of the first drop so you can guys get a feeling of how it sounds. And yeah, and then we'll go a little bit deeper and I'm gonna run you through each element, and yeah, let's go. So yeah, this is how it sounds. And actually, first off, let's start with the drums, because I feel like the drums are so simple but yet they sound so full. And I mean, the only thing which I did is I made sure for this pack to process each sound super dope, super nice and super quality, to ensure that you guys literally can do this. Go into the sample pack and just drag the kick or anything what you want. So that was my biggest intention with this pack, to create super professional drag in ready sounds. I hope you guys know what I mean. But yeah, so let's go. So this is the drums, and honestly, you see right here on the kick itself on the channel, I just did a low cut just to kind of like, and honestly, this low cut is just for the build-ups, because on the build-ups you want to take away the low end of the kicks to create nice tension, so once it drops like this, it really hits you harder. So that was one of the things why I did the low cut. And for a clap right here, you can see the only thing that I did is the EQ, just kind of like EQ something, tame a little bit of high end, because for this project it was maybe too bright. And also one of the cool tricks that I do with my clap build-ups. So I have a delay and I automate the dry and wet. So listen how on the claps it creates nice tension and it spreads it out. Creates a really nice atmosphere and really nice kind of like a tension rising feeling. So yeah, this is the drums. And honestly, let's go a little bit further, because I want to show you this part. And for example, my biggest tip with this pack would be lay down the kick, clap and hi-hats, and then throw in the top loops, because this is the same principle as how I made the top loops. I laid down the kick, clap and hi-hats, and then I was working on the top loops. And honestly, these top loops are really gonna enhance your drum loops, and they're really gonna make it simple for you in your production. So you can listen how it creates a nice groove and it like really fills in those gaps, especially right here. And also the next thing, which is quite important and really like makes the song really different, is the use of percussion loops. See right here, I made sure, let me show you guys. So I made 10 perks like this, basically small sounds, but I know from my own experience that having percussions, just percussion one shots, is not enough. It's like whenever I'm looking for something, I want to look for something which is unique, something more cool, something which is gonna get me those transitions way quicker, and something's gonna help me lay down the groove even quicker. And one of the things that I did is I made a lot of percussion loops. So basically loops that you can just drag in and they're gonna fill it. Like for example, look at this loop. You can just drag it in and it's gonna like enhance your song a lot. Like listen.
Bring it back, oh, bring it back.
And this is just one thing. And you see the use of other loops. For example, these. I just cut them up a little bit and you get such a nice, such a different and such a nice groove in addition to the groove.
Bring it back, oh, bring it back. Bring it,
And together with the bass, it's like real groove.
bring it back, oh, bring it back.
Honestly, I could listen to this all day. But yeah. So the next thing that I feel like is kind of important is the bass. And not that much the bass itself. I designed this bass especially for this song. And it's super simple, just a square wave with a small subwave layer. And it's nothing is special right here. But when it comes to the processing, I included my own processing chain. Honestly, the processing chain that I use on every project that I do. And this is something which really gets, honestly, every single bass that you run into this chain, it's gonna make it super nice and super fat, and it's gonna get you that professional sound super quickly.
Bring it back, oh, bring it back.
I can turn it off so you guys can hear.
Bring it back, oh, bring it back.
Let's actually go like this because I really want you guys to hear the difference. So without and with. I think the difference is pretty obvious. So the next thing that I kind of want to go over it. Okay, before that, you see guys right here, even more percussion loops, how I chopped it up. And that's also the thing what I want to see you guys do also. Chop up those loops and use them as your kind of like fillers for end of your bars. For example, because you see right here, I'm using most of them at the end of the bars, because having those making those transitions sometimes is a little bit, you know, time consuming. And for example, we producers want to get those ideas as fast as possible. So this is why I wanted to make sure that something like this is included in the pack. And also, yeah, for example, yeah, this is one cool lead. And there is like a lot of serum presets that I included in the pack, but this is one of the coolest that I really like. And you see guys, together with the gross beat, creates a super nice, like, this is without. And once you include that gross beat right here, it kind of really creates like such a nice groove and such a nice switch up. And what I want you guys to take away from this construction kits is like really dive into it. Go see why, for example, on the noise I have a stereo shaper, EQ, and the delay. Really like dive in, because I really think guys, you will learn so much just from like seeing how I process this, seeing how I process that. And honestly, because I feel like this track could easily be on the Beatport, you know, it could easily be like a great song. So really dig in and study it a little bit, because you will really learn a lot. And for example, for one cool thing I can guys show you for vocals. You know how everybody says always is use the vocals as actually use the reverb on the vocals as a send channel. But me personally, I know how to set up the send channel now, but back then, like when I was starting up, I didn't know how to set up the send channel for reverb. So what I did with this pack, I wanted to make sure to include some patcher presets. And also, for example, this patcher preset, this is the quickest send reverb that you can have. you know. So you see, honestly, how to use it, just save this preset and drag it next time you want to do reverb on your vocals, and then just play with the fruit reverb, because I feel like this is the most quite simplest and honestly the best sounding reverb. And it's like, you don't need those fancy reverbs to sound to get a nice reverb and clean reverb. So this is, and also the thing that I want to say, don't limit yourself to just a reverb. For example, right here, it can be a delay, as you can see right here. Sorry, right here. You see, it's a delay. It can be a chorus. It can be flanger. Like, guys, literally wherever you want. It can be even parallel distortion. You know, you can just really distort the sound and just drag down a little bit of the main input. You know, so don't limit yourself. You can replace this with anything, and I'm sure you guys will get such a crazy results. And also, one of the things, for example, it's super simple processing on a vocal chain. You see, like a fresh air, just to give it nice high sparkle, blood overdrive, just to kind of like get that tape distortion, but just a small fraction of it, you know, just to kind of like paint it a little bit, you know. And the OTT, of course, with the upward compression all the way down, because we don't want that such a boominess and such a openness in the song. We want to tame it. We want to make it smooth as possible and compress it so the volume is stable at all time. And honestly, this is a reverb. And one cool trick for this reverb would be, check how you see right here, I'm automating the reverb, and you see, guys, this reverb is pretty long, you know. It's 5 seconds, and it's not small. So it's not a small reverb. It's huge reverb, but check out how it creates a tension before a drop.
Bring it back, oh bring it back, I don't wanna go. Used to be so on the track, went away like snow. Really thought we were a pack, not so long ago. Just some kind of thing we had, tell them all you know. Bring it back, oh bring it back.
And once it drops, like, it's so sudden, but it creates such a nice, like, almost feels like you have a uplifter going through, you know. And uplifter that really aligns with the vocal itself. So some of those tricks, guys, are really gonna help you out, and I really hope you're gonna dive into this pack and the project itself to really check out and like learn a lot of things, you know. For example, also I included a lot of synth loops right here. And also one of the tips, like every time you're dragging something in, just make sure you're playing with a kick, because in tech house and the house music in general, everything goes around the kick and everything has to be in groove, you know. So making a groove, it's way more easier once you have a kick playing. See, like, together with a vocal.
So on the track, went away like snow. Really thought we were a bag, not so long. Just some kind of thing we had, tell them all you know. Bring it back, oh bring it back.
Such a great song. But yeah, also I included a lot of like FX shots. And basically with these FX shots, I want to make sure that you guys don't have to know how to sound design, but still you can get those weird sounds, you know, like something that I always do in my songs, you know, like those weird sounds, basically weird but still catchy in a way, you know. And with those sounds right here, you can achieve that easily. And also you can see the processing behind it. So this is a Haas effect. So what would I recommend you guys, everything is all those like weird glitchy sounds, you know, like use the Haas effect. And honestly, what you have to do is just save this preset right here. Just save it, name it Haas effect, and boom, this is it. And just reuse it again in your songs, and it's definitely gonna help you a lot in the long run. And yeah, just a small EQ right here, fresh air again. I'm a big fan of fresh air, as you can guys see, because it's like really makes your job on getting those nice clear crystal high, and really makes it simple. And pretty much this song is, like, to be honest, really simple. Like when you look at it, it's really simple and not much to go over, you know. It's just like the second drop right here is just a small little kind of like a, I would say the showcase of the pack, you know, like just the sounds that I use, so you guys can get the idea how you can also use it. I will just play it so you can guys hear it. But I hope you guys really hear how those percussion loops really cut through and makes a difference. It makes a lot, like, let me just mute it for a second so you guys can hear it, because it makes a lot. So like really, sorry, I was in Paris and I got some kind of cold, I don't know. But yeah, back to this. So you guys really should use some of these percussion loops and chop them up, play with them. And also, don't limit yourself. Put a delay on, put a reverb on, put everything, like experiment. Because then you will get like even crazier results. But yeah, like this is one of the projects. This is project 2. You still have project 1 to check out and learn from it too. And also, before we end, yeah, this is quite a gem that I included right here. It's my own Maximus preset, which I use basically on 110% of my projects that I work, you know. And it's just you can guys just save it right here on save preset as, and just reuse it all the time. And honestly, you just have to play with this, with a low, mid and high mix. Basically just play with it, and it's huge, like the difference. Listen. It's crazy, and it's a stock FL plugin, so it doesn't really like take out a lot of CPU and everything. All benefits to it. So yeah, like this is the pack. This is the project 2 of my pack. I just want to say like huge shout out to whole team at Techhousemarket. Really appreciate those guys, like they're hard working, and it was such a pleasure working with them on this pack. So I hope you guys like the pack. I hope you guys are gonna purchase it, and it's gonna help us a lot, to me especially. And yeah, I hope this was helpful. And if you guys have any like questions about a pack or anything, just don't hesitate, DM me on the Instagram, and I will just help you. And yeah, this is it. So thank you guys all for watching this, and yeah, bye bye.